Hello everyone, today I'm going to review the second released anamorphic lens with autofocus for the Fujifilm X mount, the Sirui 20mm T1.8 1.33x anamorphic lens, and I'm going to review it on my Fujifilm X-T5. Sirui started a new era of lenses. I never thought we will see anamorphic lenses with autofocus, and two interesting lenses from Sirui in such a short period of time. This should be an exciting lens for videographers and photographers as well. Having autofocus makes it a great option for content creators that want to spice up their footage. Like all lenses we've seen from Sirui, this lens is very well built. Metal body, metal rings, metal mount with an USB Type-C port for future updates. It has a rubber gasket on the metal mount, and the front element of the lens is splash and dust resistant. This lens, as you can see here, is smaller than the 40mm T1.8 Anamorphic that I reviewed a while back. The iris ring has nice firm clicks. It is well damped and satisfying to use when you want to change T-stops. And the good news is that it can be declicked. This is going to be great for more video-centric users. This can be done with a switch found on one side of the lens. This ring has gears on it for people that want to use it with follow focus systems. Sadly, it doesn't have hard stops, so it doesn't have hard stops at the end of the focus throw, making it a bit hard for people that want to use a follow focus system. Also, these rings are electronically controlled. Nothing happens if the camera is turned off. A nice thing I noticed is that the 20mm T1.8 and the 40mm T1.8 anamorphic lenses have the focus and aperture rings in the same position, meaning this is going to be part of a set and makes it easy to use them with your follow focus systems in case you don't want to use the autofocus. On the other side of the lens you have an AF/MF switch and an autofocus lock that has a nice click when you use it. The filter thread is 77mm, and while looking at the front of the lens we can see an spherical element. This makes me believe this is a hybrid lens, not a classic anamorphic lens. You can see more info about this on the Sirui website, and the minimum focus distance is 40 cm, pretty good for an anamorphic lens in my opinion, but more about this later. The lens has a nice design. If you get the neutral flare one like mine, the one that adapts the color of the light, you will have a silver ring around the lens. If you get the blue flare, you will have a blue ring around the lens. The weight is 480 grams, pretty lightweight for an anamorphic lens with autofocus. It may differ from mount to mount, and for an anamorphic lens it is not that big. This also makes it easy to balance on a gimbal. One thing I like is that Sirui made some new lens caps and they easily fit the lens now, not like the one on the Nightwalker lenses. I am glad they listened and improved this. The lens comes in a nice box, and inside you get some papers, the lens and caps, and a nice protective pouch for those interested in such things. Now let's talk about image quality. At T1.8 the image is very sharp in the center, great for 4K footage. The contrast is also very good. If you want more details, use the 4K high quality mode or the 6K on your Fujifilm camera. The corners are softer than the center, but still sharp enough in my opinion, better than the ones on the 40mm. Stop down to T2.8 for overall better sharpness, and if you stop down to T4 the image is sharp enough for 8K footage. The corners now look very good. At T1.8 you can see some purple fringing on contrasting edges and some LOCA, longitudinal chromatic aberrations. These go away if you stop down to T2.8 or T4. At T1.8 you get a bit of vignetting. Stopping down to T2.8 improves this, and at T4 it goes away. The flares on this lens are strong enough but not too in your face. I prefer this look and the fact that the neutral flare takes the color of the light source. Gives you a more natural look and not the sci-fi look from the blue one. The lens also suffers from pincushion distortion, as you can see here, different from most anamorphic lenses that suffer from barrel distortion. The minimum focus distance is 40 cm, as I said earlier, and the image quality is quite good starting from T1.8. I know 40 cm is not impressive, but for an anamorphic budget lens it is quite good in my opinion. One characteristic of anamorphic lenses is the oval bokeh shape. Compared to the 40mm T1.8, the 20mm T1.8 has oval bokeh starting from T1.8. Let's talk about the squeeze factor, the 1.33x. A Fujifilm APS-C sensor typically records in 16:9 for video. A 1.33x anamorphic lens expands this 16:9 frame to approximately 2.35:1 when de-squeezed in post, making the final aspect ratio 2.35:1 CinemaScope, a classic widescreen film format used in Hollywood. The benefit is you get an authentic widescreen look without cropping or losing resolution. And finally, the autofocus of the lens. Keep in mind, this is a pre-production unit and Fujifilm didn't fix or improve the autofocus that much with the 4.10 firmware on the Fujifilm X-T5. As you can see here, the autofocus is decent. It has a stepping motor, so on Fujifilm works in steps, but it works. While I used the lens, I had some missed focused footage, but that happened just 2 or 3 times. Almost forgot about the focus breathing. As you can see here, there is a bit of focus breathing, but I think this is decent. A 1.33x anamorphic lens on APS-C Fujifilm camera is one of the most affordable ways to get a true anamorphic widescreen look without cropping or losing image quality. If you shoot video and want a cinematic professional aesthetic, this is, in my opinion, a very good option. Overall, the Sirui 20mm T1.8 is a very well built lens with great image quality starting from T1.8. Nice balanced flare and a very attractive price, making it a good option for people that want an anamorphic lens for their APS-C camera. Love the footage I got with this lens and my Fujifilm X-T5, so I highly recommend it. If this video was helpful, like, subscribe, and if you want to support the channel even more, use the links in the description at no extra cost to you. Thank you for watching, see you next time.